Hey Jeremy, I wanted to give you some quick feedback here in terms of your email that I just received in regards to your first writing project. Okay, so it's a couple of things that I want you to work on. It's remember that I mean the purpose of this class, Jeremy, is to help you understand how how to write for an audience. Okay, I mean that's a huge purpose of this class, right? When you're thinking of someone else. So the question that or the statement that you began with, that you were completely baffled how I couldn't understand the transition you made. Well, keep in mind that that's I mean, if you're beginning with that, you're already asking the wrong question. It doesn't matter whether it's me or one person or one person out of 10 people or two people. If there's a lack of if there's a disconnect in someone's mind, whatever it is you wrote can be completely clear in your head, but that does not mean that that transition that you're referring to in here is completely clear in your audience's mind. Okay, so it's not this. It's not about whether I got it or I didn't get it. It's about if I didn't get it, if I didn't see it, then what you need to do is go back and think about, okay, what can I do in here to make this transition smoother or clearer. Okay. Now, the grade that you received on this, you didn't receive that grade because of because of that lack of transition. Okay, it was bigger than just that transition. So keep that in mind. So as I read your paper and as I shared it with you, I think what ends up happening here is that you don't have to write necessarily. I think that you can write your entire paper about Professor David Finley. I think that if you wanted to incorporate some of this, you don't need to go into 2 pages of telling about a little bit of your past to talk about David, this professor's influence in your life. If you think about it, this in if this is really the focal point of your paper, if you think about it, and there's really it's only 1 page. Because basically you don't start talking about David Finley until at the end of the second page. You have a full page here where you talk about him, and then it's over. By the time you get to here, it's the paper's over. So the reason I'm saying that you can't, that the paper seems to be going in 2 different directions, it's not that I'm saying that what you wrote in the first 2 pages and what you wrote in the last 2 pages are not connected. They are connected, but the problem is that by focusing so much on this, the problem is that you gave equal attention to both topics. The topic that you began with here, right, and here, and the topic that you began with here. And so my question that I had at the end of it all is, wait a minute, what is it you really want your paper to be about? And that's where I think the problem arose here. Last thing that I want to say for you in terms of the email that you just sent me is that the peer editing piece, or you mentioned that it's hard to write this without any peer editing or any feedback on drafts. Keep in mind, this is a first draft. It's a graded draft, but you're going to revise this and you're going to write this again. So this is me giving you the feedback that you are alluding to in here. In terms of peer editing, one of the reasons I don't have peer editing in an online class is because of the fact that so much gets lost in translation, and so students almost have to be given instructions of how to peer edit it, let alone how to properly edit a person's paper. So that's the reason we don't do that. However, there is a writing center at MCC that you are more than welcome to go to. That was actually one of the resources that I put on the syllabus for students. So you are more than welcome to go to the writing center and have them edit your paper and talk about any feedback that I may have given you. But and then the last the last part of of your email where you mentioned about that it's really difficult to write anything quote unquote perfect without these things with the timetable we actually have to produce. That last thing, that's the nature of a 5-week class. And unfortunately, in a 5-week class you literally have, I mean, it's a very fast-paced class, and there isn't a lot of time for this, for taking time to really go through a paper. So if you are, there's, in terms of the timetable, there's really nothing I can do about that. That's why I mentioned on the syllabus that in a 5-week class things go very, very fast, and you're looking 10 to 12 hours per week, and I wasn't, I was very upfront about that. So anyways, I just hope that this gives you just some ideas to kind of where I'm coming from. I don't want you to be frustrated, and I'd love to chat with you about it. Let me know if you still want to talk to me about this, and we'll see what we can do to resolve this, or to make you feel maybe a little bit more comfortable with the class. It's still early. I know that it's already been 10 days, but it's still early, and I'd love to be a resource for you. Okay, thanks, Jeremy.